that first ball.
Joanne will try to spare this up.
Very
Just
close.
about did. Here's Pat's second ball. She got it. She has it. Look at that.
That's
Nice
easily
spare.
gone.
Pat Gillis, the big spare. Pat's having a pretty good game here. After 7, she is 65 and open on a spare. Joanne at this point is what, Craig? 69. So these ladies are just about tied. So we'll watch Pat Gillis on her spare here. Yeah, good. She picks up 6 on that. Ooh, Joanne Lowe is having a little bad luck here, Craig. She punched out on both of her first 2 balls.
Yeah, I don't know what
recovery.
strategy she was using, but she almost came through with a really good
Nice
catch.
recovery, nice 9.
Ooh, 7 for Pat.
So for those 2 ladies after 8 boxes, Joanne Lowe, 78, and Pat Gillis.
She'll be at 78 right now, I believe,
78
Al.
also. They're tied.
Both ladies tied off. Now leading off.
Here's
Ron's
Charlotte
bicycle.
Hilsche.
Charlotte Hilsche, yes.
Charlotte's 57 after 6, and she's bowling against Betty Harvey, who's also 57 after 6. So the 4 ladies in this, they're into a tie game here. And speaking of that, at this point, we have Ron's bicycle shop ahead of Betty's Go-Getters by 17 pins.
Ooh, good spare shot there almost by Betty. Charlotte picking up a spare. Betty just going to miss that 7 pin. Takes a 9. So that's going to increase the gap a little bit there for Ron's bicycle right now. Charlotte leading off. Throwing for those bonus points on the spare. With a 5-step delivery, I might add. And great 8 pins on that spare. That brings that lead up to about 26 pins now for Ron's bicycle. And 6 on the first ball for Betty. Ooh, just took off that 2 pin. Now that leaves Charlotte Hilsche at 85 right now. After 8 boxes, she's up 5 pins. She's above 10 pins right now over Betty Harvey. She's at 75, just under 5.
Lead right now, Ron's bicycle ahead by 27 pins. And here's Ron himself. He's 68 after 6.
And Jeff picking up a
Oh,
great 9 on that spare, Al.
Jeff Toppelmeyer, if he can pull this off, Craig, if he can get a spare out of this, they'll be right back into this game.
Yeah.
Very, very key shot here for
Those marks bring that lead down very
Oh.
quickly. He was let down with that.
His team really needed that.
Ron shaking his head. That last shot takes 8. Jeff still leaving that 1 sole pin. Takes 9. Brings that lead down to 18 pins now in favor of Ron's bicycle.
Ron way off on that one. Now we'll see what young Jeff can do here. Off the head pin as well. This is a pretty good out by Ron.
Geez, I gotta say though, Al, that ball was well out over those arrows there. We'll hope to see him bring that ball down on the lane a little better. Great try by Jeff.
It's a lob ball, was it, Craig?
He was out there a little ways, Al. We'll see him bring that down, or shouldn't
That's
be
right,
any
we
need for
do
a warning.
We do enforce the foul line for this TV show, but we do not enforce the lob line.
Now, if it does get to be a little out of hand, a warning may be issued to any bowler who persists on throwing that ball halfway down the lane, but otherwise just a little slip of the wrist. I think that's all that case was.
I think so, because he's not a lobber normally.
No, certainly no advantage to lobbing that ball either. It's just going to deviate your ball a little bit more. You want to keep it down. We've got a lot of bowlers. Just like you see right there by Ross, that ball, I don't think that went any more than 2 feet over that foul line before it was rolling on the lane. Sheldon, very smooth bowler as well.
So, a nice 10 there for Sheldon. Put Sheldon up at 87 after 7. And Ross Toffelmeyer after 7 is something, but I can't see what it is.
Yeah.
60, I guess.
Yes, Al. Ooh. Good breaking ball. For Ross.
There's a good ball.
That was a great 10.
Nice spare for Ross Toffelmeyer.
I'm sure that was a spare, Ross.
So that'll help out Biddy's go-getters a little bit. They're trailing right now by 16 pins, but they've got that one spare helping them. If he picks up 5 or so on it, they're down by about 11.
That's right. Ron's Bicycle Shop not open on the mark right now. All it takes is about 2 spares, 2 marks to bring that lead down to nothing. Ken's on a spare, takes up 7, leaves him 80 right now after 6 frames. He's up 20 pins, Al. We should see a real strong game out of them. Doug not up to his normal power. Still after second ball with 6 pins left. Ken. Ooh, great team encouragement. Crowd's on, but
Ken Cooper really trying to spare that up and just about did it.
Doug taking 6.
Well, Ken picked up a few pins there from Doug Blackler.
Yep. Still right now, still up 20 pins. Ken Cooper is. And a tough 6 box for Doug Blackler. He's only up 1 pin right now after 7 boxes.
It's a good ball by Blackler there. He's got an excellent spare chance. Ken Cooper has a difficult shot coming up.
Ooh, jeez. Great try by Ken.
Oh, 10 for Blackler. It's him 81 after 8. 10 for Cooper. He's 100 after 8.
So
Well, just finished 8 frames here, Craig. So I guess we'll go to the scoreboard here in a second. Give Joyce 1 minute here to finish marking up those scores.
Do a quick little wrap-up to date. Right now, we've got Ron's Bicycle Shop up 5 pins, and Al, maybe you'll give us a little brief, basically what we had to date so far to see from the bowlers.
Okay, Craig, we've had a real exciting match. As we mentioned, the lead has gone back and forth, and right now the lead is held by Ron's Bicycle Shop by 5 pins. Their combined pinfall at this point is 424. Betty's Go-Getters have a score combined pinfall of 419. Looking at it, the upper portion of your screen is Ron's Bicycle Shop. Joanne Lowe, she is 78 after 8. The first game, her total pinfall was 99. So she's bowling just about at the same clip that she did in the first round of this competition. The next bowler, the second bowler, Charlotte Hilchey. Charlotte's 85 after 8. She's bowling very well. She had a 95 in her first game. So Charlotte's going to do better tonight than she did in round 1. The third score, Ron Galley. Ron's got a real good spring going. He's 84. He's 4 pins ahead of par. He had a 95 in that first game, so Ron's bowling better tonight than he did in the first round. The next score, Sheldon Buffett. Sheldon's 96. He's 16 pins over. Sheldon's a good bowler, and that's about where you'd expect him to be. He finished the first string with a 129, and he'll probably be in the 120 range this evening. Doug Blackler, he's our leading bowler to date, holds the high single with a 154. But Blackler's not having a good string tonight. He's only 81 after 5. He's just 1 pin over par, and that's Blackler would not be happy with that. He's about 120 average bowler, so Blackler not bowling well. Moving down the lower portion of your screen, Betty's Go-Getters. First score you see there is Pat Gillis. Pat's got a pretty good string going. She's 78 after 8, and she finished the first round with an 83, so Pat's going to be way ahead of what she did in the first round. The second score there is Betty Hervey. Betty is 75 after 8, but Betty had a strong game the first time out. She had a 122, so she will not be doing as well tonight as she did in round 1. But nevertheless, bowling very, very well. Third scorer, Jeff Toppelmeyer. Now, young Jeff's doing really well. He's had 3 spares. He's at 96 right now after 8. He had a score of 111 the first time out, so Jeff is going to be considerably ahead of his 111 here this evening. Ross Toppelmeyer, this fourth name on your screen. Ross is 70 after 8, open on a spare. He bowled a 107 the first time out. He's probably going to be around where he was the first time out. And their new bowler, Ken Cooper, who's replacing Roscoe Toppelmeyer. Roscoe had an 85 the last time. Ken right now is 100 after 8. So Ken's got a real strong string going for him. So Ken Cooper might make the difference tonight here for Betty's Go-Getters. Let's say right now they're trailing by 5 pins. But we're seeing a real, real good match. You say it's been going back and forth, and this match is not over. It's anybody's game. So let's say right now Ron's Bicycle ahead by 5 after 8 frames.
Yeah, very close, Sal. Now we get Joanne Lowe leading off here. Well, no, up against with Pat Gillis. Both these ladies tied at the 78. So right now we'll try and get Joanne and Pat back up bowling again.
Sometimes it's hard to get these bowlers back up, Craig.
No, do they not want to bowl anymore? Here we go.
They sit down for a break and leave us here to the gab.
Look at both these ladies back up now.
Now we're
Here
trying.
we go.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
I don't know if they're fighting over who gets to bowl next or... Nope, here we go.
Well, we got him up there.
Yeah, Pat Gillis leading off.
We did it.
That was tough.
Yeah.
Great 9 by Pat. A little tough break there for Joanne.
Well, Pat gets a spare here. The lead is going to change again. See what Joanne can do here.
No, Pat should have a spare here, Al.
Joanne.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Pat. Good spare there for Pat Gillis. And Joanne had a bad box there. She just had a 5 box. So the lead just changed. It's tie game again. And Betty's Go-Getters on a spare here.
And pass. Ball off to the right a little bit. Great 8 on that spare. That puts them in the lead. I'm sorry, puts them at a break-even mark right now.
It should put them ahead by 8,
Yeah,
Craig.
it should put them up, actually. Right by, yeah, it does by 8, Al.
Oh, she just about spared that up. There's a nice hit by Joanne.
Great 10. Okay, that gives a 10. That leaves Pat Gillis at a great 106. Real strong game. Joanne right now finishing off her string open on the spares. Right now she's 93 and open. She needs a few pins right now. They're down eight pins, Al.
There's a nice shot.
That's the 8 pins they were looking for. That puts us, do you believe it, Al, at a break-even game right now with only 8 boxes left to this first week of this second round.
Well, these bowlers are giving us a great show here tonight, Craig.
Couldn't ask for anything better.
And they're all enjoying it as well, I notice.
Now, Betty Harvey, she's at 75 after 8. She had a 122 last show. That was the highest single for its time. We've got to see something better from her yet. We're not going to see a strike from here. Good strong potential for Betty.
Here's Charlotte. Charlotte's 85 after 8.
She's got 2 spares behind her so far, a couple 10s up there.
Charlotte's got a good string going. She's only 95 in the first.
She might spare this up, El. We're not left with a 5, 7, not 10. Betty should be a safe 10 here. Okay, into 7. That puts Betty's go-getters up 3 pins right now. With Betty leading off with a fresh set of pins. She's hard on that 2-pin.
Good hit there by Charlotte. She's got a fairly good spare chance. Ooh.
Well, just off that right to a little bit.
Let's watch Charlotte Hilcher here, Craig. See if she can spare this up.
Ooh, she was very close on the marker there, Al. Oh, nice for
Betty having a neat box there. Lets her finish. Betty Harvey finishes for the 93.
I closed that gap by 1 pin, Al.
Charlotte Hilcher finished with a fine 101. Good game, Charlotte.
Now, we've got Jeff Toppelmeyer leading off, bowling against Ron right now. Ron's got to pick up a couple pins just to bring them back up on par. He's got some competition. Great.
There's a good shot,
Ron. Now that's going to bring that match even closer again.
That was a great shot.
That's good. Definitely got Ron's right now in the lead.
Both these bowlers on a spare here. Jeff Toppelmeyer, left-hand portion of your screen, will be first. What's he pick up there? Count of 6. Let's watch Ron Galley here. Same thing.
Yeah, that puts their team up minimum 6 pins after the 9th box, with Ron finished bowling on a spare that time. Jeff doesn't take a spare. Leaves 3 so far. As well for Ron. Good 9 for Jeff. Leaves him at 113. Very strong bowling. And the 7 for Ron Galley. That's going to put him at 107.
Changes the lead now from 6 pins down to 4 pins. Ron's Bicycle Shop over Betty's Go-Getters.
Now we got a couple hot shots up here. We've got Sheldon Buffett. He's 96 right now. Up an incredible 16 pins. He's been supporting Ron's team very well. Ross bowling on a spare. Great ball. Picks up 8, maybe 9. Takes 8. Sheldon off that hit pin.
But
Hit the 3 pin, leaves 3 pins.
he's left with the 1, 2, and 10. Let's see what Ross can do
Tough
here.
shot.
Oh, Sheldon's going to try to spare this up. If he spares this up, I'd say they're going to win the game. But he didn't.
So the match is still on.
Still 4 pins.
Ross taking a 9.
5 pins. Ron's Bicycle Shop. 5 pins ahead.
Put Sheldon at 106 after 9 pins. Ross at 87. Down 3 pins. Sheldon up 16. You can definitely see that was a good part of the support there from Sheldon Buffett. very strong attempt by Ross.
I'll tell you, this fellow's has missed more shots tonight, Craig. Missed them by inches. He's actually been bowling a lot better than what his score would indicate. He's at 87 for 9, but really, I'm surprised that he's not about 20 pins higher than that.
Yeah, certainly so well. A brief delay there with the piece of deadwood rolling up the lane, which is cleared by Dave McDonald. They took out the 4 and 7, leaves a couple too many.
There's 10 there.
Yes, good 10.
Oh, Sheldon.
With an 8, Lily Sheldon at 114, and Ross Toffelmeyer with a 97. Let's see, Joyce has the magic number coming up. That puts right now Ron's Bicycle Shop down 5 pins. It's turned out to be an excellent match. You can see why I didn't want to call aside with this one at the start. Ken Cooper leading off. He's 100 after 8. Up 20 pins. And...
That's right. Cooper bowling a lot better tonight than Blackler, but Blackler would be the stronger bowler.
Yes.
So the pressure's...
So close to the strike he's waiting for the whole match. I don't know if much is going to go good for Doug there tonight.
Oh! Cooper into the channel, loses 2 pins there on that second ball. So he's looking at a maximum of an 8 for this box. Blackler gets the spare.
Doug's real mad at that pin now, I tell you.
Oh, he doesn't.
Doug, you must want to run down there right now and just kick that pin out of there. He doesn't have to. Takes it on the 3rd ball. So that's one pin he doesn't want to run into a dark alley with that night.
Cooper, a 10 by Blackler, changes the lead down to 2 pins. Ron's Bicycle Shop over Betty's Go-Getters by 2 pins. This is the final frame right here. This is it. There's Ken Cooper has a 5. Here's Blackler. This will be an explosive one. Well, he gets a 4. Oh, Cooper misses the spare. Blackler going for his spare now. Taking his time. He gets it. And your winners are Ron's Bicycle Shop. Blackler has 1 ball remaining. But boy, oh boy, Craig, what a match.
Yeah, well, Doug was down very heavily there. He was a 91 up until he bowled that spare. That was only his 2nd mark of the string with, about 6 tens out leading into that.
Blackler was only 91 after 9. That's right, Craig. And
so definitely came through with that spare in the final box. And that's all it took right now to take that match for Ron's Bicycle Shop.
Picks up Blackler, picking up 6 there. Puts him at 107.
So that's all it took. So he does come out victorious after that. Not such a victorious string for Doug, but certainly a victorious ending.
Of course, that's why these bowlers, too, well, they put a fellow like Blackler down as anchor bowler, because when the pressure's there, you need the shot, someone to make the shot. A guy like Blackler can do it for you.
That's right. So that leaves right now, we've got Ron's Bicycle Shop, the total of 530, as you can see on the board right now. And Betty's Go-Getters with a total pinfall of 526. 4 pins was all we had separating these two in the match tonight. I can't get much better than that.
Well, Craig, I must say that's one of the most enjoyable matches that I've hosted for a long time. It couldn't have been better. I don't know how many times the lead kept switching back and forth, and just to end up with a difference of 4 pins, that's just super.
Yeah, that was amazing, an amazing upset tonight. Betty's Go-Getters were not scheduled to be in the 2nd round. Gareth Boldrome unfortunately disqualified due to just a little mistake there with some averages, putting their team over. So Betty's Go-Getters had a rough time last time. They were taking it quite hardly, but certainly proved themselves tonight.
Well, they just about pulled it off, Craig, and many times there tonight, probably 10 or 15 times, it looked like they were going to do that.
Now, a good part of the bowling with these bowlers is a great amount of their practice certainly comes from league bowling. I'd just like to mention we're very fast approaching league season, starting up actually this next week, and a lot of openings. We're looking for any bowlers at all possible. We've got a good number of leagues, ladies morning leagues, seniors morning, afternoon leagues, youth bowling program, very strong. and a great number of mixed leagues, bowling 7 nights a week. We should be able to find a time to accommodate you. So please make sure you call any one of our centers, leave your name and phone number to register. We'll fit you in a nice league. And meanwhile, Al, I think that about covers this week's show.
Okay, who's bowling next week, Craig? Do we have that right there?
Pretty well, Al, but not totally.
Not totally,
I have to say. We had a draw last week. I don't have the stats in front of me. So anyhow, it'll be a strong match at all if they're going to follow tonight's games at all. And in the meanwhile, I'm Craig Peters, with me Al Peters. Thanks very much for joining us tonight, and we'll see you again next week.
Good evening.